So, yeah, please take out your WA2 revision package. Okay, let me do a bit of recap on changing the subject. Okay, changing the subject.
Oh, really science?
No,
This is a subject.
this is physics, is it? It's a bit of science. I remember telling you about P equals
K.
not K.
So is it the inversely proportional one?
I cannot remember my physics anymore.
Is it the proportional one?
No, it's not a proportion, right? It's the never mind. We just choose any one, right? Okay, we just choose another equation. So let's say you are given the formula, but then you want to make the subject a different subject, meaning can I say P my subject? I don't want P to be the subject, I want T to be the subject. Okay? So then you ask yourself, how am I going to shift the terms over? Okay? So if P is equal to VR divided by NT, P is equal to VR divided by NT. Then, in other words, if I were to do the opposite of dividing NT, what would that be? So I'm going to say P is T times NT will equal to PR. Okay? So that is how you think about it. You can read it out to help you visualize what is required. Okay, now I need to find T alone. T alone would be taking the Tn. Because Pn times T is PVR. So what do I need to do to get T alone? Yeah, so I will take T equals to VR above Pn. Always do the opposite operations. This is part of the chapter of algebraic fractions. Okay, yesterday we were doing question 16. Okay, let's cover proportion as well as some other miscellaneous questions today. Okay, because we did factorization, we did the multiplication, addition, subtraction of fractions. Okay, now let's cover some subtopics. Okay. The number of men is 12 men for 8 hours. Okay. So then let's compare. Then question 16. Everyone turn to question 16. Men and hours. What's wrong with men and hours? Okay. If 12 men take 8 hours, how many hours are required for 16 men? Yes. Okay, maybe I put a 1 man in between. Okay? Divide by 12, then what do I do to the hours? Minus 12? Okay. What? Does it make sense that if I reduce the amount of manpower, then yeah, it's an inversely proportional relationship. So one increases. So if you decrease the amount of man, the number of hours required to build the thing, it increases. So I need to do the opposite times. Okay, I need to times. We did this before. 8 times 12 is 8 times 12 is 96. Okay, so from 1 man to 15 men, I times 16. So what do I do to the amount of hours when I am going to increase the number of men? Divide by 16. Okay, I'm going to continue. Find the additional number of men required to complete the process in 3 hours. What do I need to do? Need to do from 6 to 3 hours. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. What do I do to the number of men? Times 2. 32. Okay, answer to part A. I need 6 hours. Answer to part B. I need how many more men? 20 more men. 8, 6, no, oh yeah, right. Sorry, you got it. Okay, there is another way to go about doing this question. Okay, what is it? Another way to go about doing this question is to actually create an equation between the number of men and the number of hours. N equals to what? Okay, not N equals to N, K, no, N, wait, if we call N, and we call time T, what is the relationship between N and T, and how do I create an equation? N, okay, and then there's a constant K. Got it? How to create an equation? This is direct and inverse equation. Can you how to create an equation? I don't know. Make an equation for this question. What do you remember? So make an equation for this relationship. Direct relationship is yes. Okay. Direct relationship means that we will take M, P, the indirect relationship M P equals to K or M equals to K over T. Does this look familiar to you? Is that one? That topic. Okay. Remember this is an indirect relationship. Right? So when one increases, the other one will decrease. Right? When we write the equation that way. So if the constant is the constant that measures the difference between the men and the hours, right? So the constant should be 96 if I'm not wrong. By how do I know it? I will take the man which is 8, which the man is 12, and then times 8, then I will get 96. So the constant should be 96. So 96 stays constant no matter how much value increase or decrease, because the question gives me this value. The question gives me this
So,
value of 12 and 8.
your way of doing it is so different than mine.
My way, you know, you can do this way.
No?
You also, then what do you do?
Our working is much shorter than that.
Oh, your working is that you take a rate of length.
No, it's initially M, right? I put M equals K over T. Then I put a value for M and T. Then I find No, that.
No, this is, if let's say they want to do by dividing and multiplying, this one is in another, this is another method. So I think you can do this method, you can do this method.
What if I do my method?
Then you can, yeah, you can do whatever you want, okay? Yeah. Hannah, I'm just doing this to recap to you. Remember, we did this in other classes. Remember? Yeah, it's going to come out, okay, people? It's going to come out. Okay, next question. Okay, erase this. Okay, if P is inversely proportional to QQ, it is given that P is 24 for Q equals to 1. Find the value of P when Q is 1. Okay, remember, the QQ is not scary. Basically, all you need to do is to compare. Instead of using this value of Q, I should use the value of QQ. Okay, what is the value of Q if Q is half? Well, Q is half, what is the value of Q? Half? You say half? Okay, correct. Q is half. Because Q is 1, Q is 1, then it becomes half. Okay, then what is QQ? Q, what is QQ? Why you not the Q the Q? What's my God? Say no lah, it's not difficult. P, Q, Q. When P was 24, Q is 5. So now when P is, when P is 24, Q is 1. When Q is 1, 8, I divided by 8.
Why? Because 1 divided by 8 is 1 divided by 8. 1 divided by 8. Because 1 divided by 8 is 1. Because 1 divided by 8. No, there is a reason because 1 divided by 8. Why?
You got the answer?
One divided by 8. Because half
You got the answer?
one divided by 8.
You have a different method, but it's okay.
I say it's
Okay, anyways.
Oh.
If you want to use Sujit's method, I can do that as well. Okay. You never know, man. I know it's an equation method. Let me show you. No, please, once I go to I just choose this first.
Okay. What am I doing?
I can.
What am I using?
Sơn.
That's why you have
Shit. I say. Đi sao? Đâu? Không bắt được sao?
Okay, so basically the idea is the same. If you think in terms of divide times divide, it works. If you think in terms of equation, it also works. Okay. How many of you like equation law? How many of you prefer to use the equation? Oh yeah, I think the people who are more inclined to seeing things in terms of alphabets, they may like equations. But if you do not want to see alphabets that much, then you think to yourself, 24 times this, then you can buy. What do you want? You don't like isolated? Yes. You pay for? Then this one. It's like scaling, you know. For example, right, this one was to gain a weight 2 meters of myself, right? Then after that, my let's say my height decreases inversely proportionally. Then what will be my height decrease? Let's say I increase my weight, then my height decreases. So I increase my weight increases by 3/2. Then if my height decreases, then it will be divided by 3/2. So instead of times 3/2, it will be divided by 3/2. You do the opposite. Thing. So again, 24, instead of divide, you times. If it was directly proportional, then it's both increase at the same time, then it will be times both. But the question says inversely proportional. Yeah. So that's how you think about it. Okay. I personally feel this is an easier method. No? Divide by 8 times 8 times 8 times Wait, we try together. Okay, so now we want to make x the subject. Okay, how are we going to shift things around? First thing, can we get rid of the square root? Okay, if let's say I undo the square root for me, what would that be? Undo the opposite thing to the other side. Melissa, what is the undoing of square root? X squared, correct? Square and Nico, why is it that you don't have your materials? This is very concerning. That is why you revising at home. Once you get home, you have no worksheets, so nothing to look at. Then how do you remember what happened in class? Things a lot of things happen over a few months, you know. Then you cannot remember a single thing. This is why you need a method. This is why you need some worksheets. Okay? And where are the things? The square root. You want to get rid of it. You want to undo the square root, right? By squaring the other side. Okay, it's like you take the computer, then you key the undo, Control C. Before, what happened before the square root? Okay, the square. Afterwards, I want to get rid of the n square. Okay, can I get rid of the n square instead of subtracting n square? So wake up. What do I do instead of subtracting n square? Undo it. Undo it, yeah. Bring over. What happened before?
plus the other side.
N square plus N square. If you're not looking at the iPad, the revision package is online.
Sorry, Arthur, I forgot to touch.
Then what are you doing now? What's that? No paper. You got paper, but no writing material.
No paper also.
You think out something, and then after that try some questions. Yes. I believe I'm baby here at this age. Yes. Because if I times the people, right? If I times the people. Then the thing is, what about the end? The end will also have to type speed. It's my life difficult. I'm not going to do it. Okay, so now I have 5 vectors. Okay, what do I do now? What's the opposite of dividing by p, Victoria?
No, my love.
Times p, correct? Please, thank you. Times p to the other side. What's happening? You don't understand why I'm X square because I undo the square root. Okay, you just think about it. Okay, imagine I'm going from this point to back to that point, right? So the X square, if I want to make the X square a single element, what do I do? X square root, X square root, so that, yes. I don't know, go back. Okay, then after that, you square. You square, so from the X square to the M is a square root, so now you undo it. Yeah. So then after that, what is this method about Toyota? Can you focus on the math? Right? I'm only here for like 1 hour and 10 minutes. Okay? You better focus. Focus. Then, then afterwards, right? If let's say I want to undo the minus x squared, so I bring it over become plus x squared. I undo the p, divide by p, and it's like times p. Because if I were to divide by p again, then you go back to here. You know what I mean? So I'm doing the opposite. Okay, now the x is almost followed already. I need to make x the subject, right? Okay, what do I do to undo the times 5 to the p, to the x? If 5x is equal to the left hand side. So I will. Sorry. Yes, divide by 5. Because 5x is equal to p times n squared plus n squared. P n squared plus n squared. Yes, that is very good. Okay. So, hence, using this equation, find the value of x. Okay. So now that I know what x is, okay, x is equal to p times n squared plus n squared divided by 5. Okay. X equals to p times n squared plus n squared divided by 5, which is negative 2 plus 2 times 10 divided by 5. Okay. So do you see the usefulness of rearranging the terms? It's useful. What are you talking about?
What's the square root 1? What's the square root 1?
The square root of 1 is 1. Oh, I get it. What's the answer? You just put thing. Okay, we can go from here. X equals to p times n squared plus n divided by 5. Now I want to get to n. Can I find n? Okay, what do I do to find n? I will times 5 over to the x, so that instead of dividing 5, I will times 5. So then after that, I have 5x equals to p times n squared plus n squared. P times n squared plus n squared. I want to make an n of u. So then after that, I need to get rid of p instead of multiplying p to the n squared. Instead of multiplying p to the n squared, I divide by p. And 5x divided by p. Okay, now I have the n squared. Okay, n squared is added to n squared. I want n squared alone. I'm going to subtract the n squared. Right? So subtract n squared. Okay, I have n squared square root the entire thing. I get back the thing. Yeah. So, in other words, you're just making use of operations to find n or divide x. The only difference is that it's all in alphabets. So you get confused because there are too many alphabets in this entire equation. But there is a need for alphabets because let's take a look at like real life scenario. Okay. You see this the most famous equation by Einstein. Normally I heard what's in there. Okay? Sometimes I want to find C, sometimes I want to find M, sometimes I want to find E. I need to move the terms around. Okay? So that I can make use of this equation. Okay? No! I'm not just saying, if you want to take for a reason, then we go very back in. Then what I'm saying? Oh my god. He literally is your forefather. He brought you up. He made Singapore great. And then after that, you're living off Texas.
I understand what you mean. It's gone now. What's the basis like? You know what the PP or not? In Greece, Texas, you just say they break your legs.
Yeah. Average velocity is between initial velocity, final velocity. Stop dancing! Will you focus? Okay, if your entire brain is full of picture classes, does it give you life? Does it give you okay, initial velocity, and then after that, if I need to shift things around to find the initial velocity, I will require this skill set. Okay, people? Yes, Berlin. Very good English. Okay, so this is very useful to you. Let's continue, okay? Okay, I want to tell you what to do. Can you tell me what to do?
Yeah.
N squared and x squared. Oh, this is difficult. Okay. Oh, is it? Maybe I did it Latin.
Wow.
Yay!
This is fair. Okay, we delete the denominator.
No, you can't. No.
Oh my god,
Okay, assuming that the question says it is given that n squared equals to 1 minus n squared, then you express n in terms of n. Okay, I'm talking about n, right? I'm talking about n, right? We express n in terms of n. Okay, sorry, I want to make n equals to something. n equals to something.
It's a new method. It's possible.
No, I'm
This is the true meaning of tensor formula.
No, I'm not.
No,
because it's too difficult.
When you feel just do about the whole
Oh, you want to do the difficult one?
n plus n minus 1. Let's show the answer. Give the denominator.
Okay, for the people who are faster, I will waste the denominator.
Second one.
Okay, those who are not so good at this, can you try without the denominator first? Okay. Why?
Yeah, right. Okay. Go.
I just say, is it your party? I didn't see.
Oh
my god!
Okay.
I understand
Let's go. I've never seen that movie. I bet you listen. I bet you listen. She's not great.
Okay, like your two get is separated, right? Okay, you bring your two get together.
Yeah.
Okay, so you will take the m square on the left hand side of the equation and you bring to the m square on the right hand side of the equation. This is combining. Say like this, the m square here, then you m square here, then you go over there. You don't have a you okay.
Why am I seeing?
Yeah. Wait. We need to.
If this comes out,
No.
it's just so but if this comes out, I'll show you two cancel culture.
Okay, let's do the okay.
Yeah. And to me, extension cancel
Can you just do the graph? Just do the graph, and then you secure like the 8 marks in the graph. Secure the 8 marks in the graph, please.
So now it's
Okay. Let's say if we were to look at this equation. Let's say if we were to look at this equation, can we practice? Can we practice more? Okay, what do I do so that I can make M the subject? Like McDonald's the subject. So how do I make McDonald's the subject?
you move
Okay, sure. Okay, so let's say switch the N and the M. Okay, sure. Okay, next.
The M just made out of two ends.
No. Okay, now the M. Let's square it, yes, thanks.
So long.
You get McDonald's. By McDonald's, I mean M equals square root 1 minus N square. Okay, forget this.
No, when the square root comes out.
Because the X, what is the opposite of okay? It's a square, no, I want this one square, 2 of me. So I will square root myself, then I get 1 of me, okay? No, I'm saying that there is square of me, like you see double vision, 2 this ones. So how do I get 1 a single this one? I square root this one, then I get 1 this one. Square root, it's like x squared equals to 4. How do I get 1 square x? How do I get 1 x? I square root the 4. Square root means like if I square root is the opposite of square root. So I square root it, then I'll get that's for double. Square root. I think you know what the issue is. You know what square root is. You know what square root is. You know what square root is. Oh, yeah, that's right. What's the issue? Because the square to the square root. Sarah, you get it? Square to the square root. How do I explain why square root? Why do I square root?
How do I
Do you know why you square root?
Because in a square, so when you move one.
Yeah, okay. But it's because I have 2 copies of S. I want to add S and S, so I want to make 1 copy of it. Okay? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get it. I have 2 copies of S, I want to make 1 copy, so I square root. Yeah. Okay. Should I go over now? Is there a single thing on your worksheet, or do you even have a worksheet? Can you take out an iPad and start writing something? At least one equation, please. I'm begging you. Take out the.
So you still haven't explained to me why the answers on the worksheet are wrong.
Why the answers on the worksheet are wrong?
I got nothing correct.
Where did you learn? No, say that. 19 is. Yeah, correct. 19 is square root of 1 minus n square 1 plus n square. So far is correct. So far it's all correct. Yeah.
Hold up. There's no way I didn't get anything correct.
No, maybe got working one. You know, I will send this to you, like the whole working everything. You identify where you went wrong, like all the minus become you forgot to put minus sign or something. Okay, so we are going to
No. Say hi.
we're going to do the last question. Okay. You know, please. Get a pen. I know. I can do it.
Anyway, let's try another.
What?
Actually, do one or two or both.
Where equals
Anyone donate $2. I only have $2.
whose employee car is this low? So guys,
money you want.
But it's never equal.
6.4 meters per second. Damn, wow, damn. What kind of car is going to be? That was legit. Legit is like very easy. That was still hard.
Really? Okay, when a car is 49 grams in 6.4 meter per second fast, okay, what happens when I decrease in speed?
Hey, how's your
Sorry, decrease is mass. Decrease is mass.
Increase speed.
Yes, decrease speed. So then I divided by I divided by 49 and then multiplied by 36. Okay, what's the opposite of dividing by 49 and multiplying by 36? The opposite will be multiplying by 49 and divide by 36. Okay, let's divide by 49 and sorry, I do the opposite. So let's multiply by 49, then divide by 36. 6.4 multiply by 49. 6.4 multiplied by 49 divided by 36. It's a very ugly number.
No, you know how they ask you to calculate the area on the negative number. All the areas are familiar with it.
The numbers are so low and so wide. Then you look at then number two, after time I already factorized it for you because I factorized it. So I factorized it for you already. Then you just tell me what x is. Just tell me what x is. You really cannot tell me what x is. I really question my sanity.
What is it? What is it? X.
You don't please use
What is X? Is X?
You don't even know which factor it is.
Guys, just draw the X. The path will stop.
Okay, answer 8, 3 over 32 over 45 meters per second. Okay, what is the unknown stretch? Okay? 6.4 times. Hey, Eden, you're right. There's no question that's wrong. 8 32 over 45 meter per second.
I know what was
No. Okay. Let me check if Javel is listening. Javel, what I do to the 49? I'm trying to change the speed to 5.6. I need to increase
next one. Another one was
Yes. Right. 49 times 6.4 divided by 5.6. 56. Thank you. 6.4 divided by 5.6.
Hey, yo, I just broke my friend's back.
Oh, square root. Square root. Okay. It doesn't know. It's 64. Square root of that. It's 64.
never mind, either you were wrong. Boy, shut up.
Yeah, 7 and square root of 6. Can you focus?
Wait, I'm very close.
I bet already get
I bet.
divided by 7 times 6 times 7 divided by 6. 6.4 by 7 divided by 6. Ah, you are correct. Yes, the answer was correct. Thank you, everybody. I didn't even notice the square root. Thank you. Square root of square is the 5.6 or the dividing is correct. Okay, divide by 6.4 times 6. The grams was 49. Oh, sorry, grams was 7. 7 divided by 6.4 times 5.6 is 49 or 30. Times 6.4 divided by 5.6. Okay. Okay, yes. So if you want to take into account that the relationship between the mass and the relationship between the speed is between the square root of the gram and the square and the speed, right? So instead of using 49 grams, you have to square root it, so you'll get 7. Instead of using 36, you have to square root it, so we use 6. Okay. Then when we are looking at the multiplying by 7 divided by 6, then we will get the correct answer. Okay. Yeah. So in terms of the mass, if let's say we are going to use the speed, right, to see what the change in mass is, we divided the speed by 6.4 and multiplied by 6.5 to 6. So we do the opposite, which is to times 6.4 divided by 5 to 6 to the 7, the square root of 49, right? Okay, so we will get 8. So the change will be that the square root of the gram will become 8. So in other words, the mass of the car was 8 square, which is 84. Okay? Okay, so the idea is right, that I'm going to upload this, okay? Then you will go home and think about it, because I feel that it is not sinking in. Like some of you are not really in the vibe right now. We are not vibing here. Can you please go home and look at the workings, try and understand what's going on here. Have you written it up? Yes. I don't think I can. Where are you going? I'm going to
Jay, don't worry.
No, only people want everything for you. People don't understand.
You know what he said? He said if you stroke with your right hand, then here, with your right hand and your left hand stronger.
You think I want to do that?
You think I want to do that?
Have you seen your yourself?
You want to you know, I should say I should I'm saying that you can finally ask me. No, I say that.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh, okay, stop. Right now.
Can you pass to Jeanette? Wait, pass to Elisa. Can you pass to me? It's my pen. Hand over to me. Fake pen, give it to me. Oh, okay.
Hey, bro!
Still just a boy.
My goodness.
Go, how you say that?
Okay, Okay, so can I bring your attention to the WA2 revision resources? Okay, so we have managed to cover revision package. We have covered, we didn't actually cover 2024, but I did give you the paper to try on that one day I was away on election training. The WA2, sorry, never mind. The WA2 2024 paper, yeah, you have it with you. You can try it and then you check the answers. Please do that. Okay. Okay, you can skip these two things. Skip the revision package, these two, 1 and 2, because these two, they don't charge. It's that annoying. Shut up. The revision package 1 and 2 was combined to make the 2025 revision package 2. I use most of the questions from this revision package made out this year. Okay, you can do the quadratic graphing exercises. If you need some quadratic graphing experience, please try the quadratic graphing exercises. Then, these two are also past year papers which you can touch on. Okay, and are you okay? Then the SLS is chapter 3 to 6 quizzes. I think half of you already completed the SLS. Those of you who did not complete the SLS, please go online this HBL to complete it. Okay? So you make sure that you finish all the quizzes, right, Ocean? Finish all the quizzes, have you done it? Already? Okay. Then have you done, okay, those of you, how many of you didn't do the quizzes finish? The SLS one for last week. Yeah, should you? Okay, good. Then Jake, how? Did you finish your quizzes? No, you didn't. I think I remember seeing your Okay, go on to SLS. Your this Friday HBL is to complete the quizzes chapter 3 to 6. Revise. Continue to revise, okay? Repetition will help you with understanding the math that is very complicated. Please revise, okay? I know you're revising, okay? But I need everyone to be on the same page. Okay, can we all pass this time? Okay, the goal is to get A1 for Isaac, and then everyone else is to pass. And then you should get A1, you get A1. I'm setting expectations. No, you can, you must get A1. Okay, maybe you think now, what is your goal to achieve for WA2? How many of you want to get a B3? How many of you? B3 65%, right? Yeah. I tried 60%. Yeah. Think about it. In terms of, like, if let's say you can do more papers, then you do your own marking of your papers, see how much marks you have gotten in each of your life practices. Then, if it is what you want and you're happy with it, okay, fine. Then you can take a break, okay, and focus on other subjects. But if it's not what you wanted, when you try all of the papers, the past papers, then I think it's time to actually focus on revision in F, okay? Yeah, so spend some time to look at the topics and your weaker F, and then get the marks that you want, okay? I won't judge you for wanting to get like a certain mark that may not be an A1, may not be maybe a mark that is a bit less, okay? Yeah. Just make sure that you are happy with yourself. Make sure that you are happy with the marks that you get, okay, before? What if you're not happy? That means you can done more, right? I believe you can done more. So use the time, like Sir Gerald said this morning, use the time twice. Turn back time. No, you can't turn back time. So no regrets. You have to get it done. You're not happy. Okay, let's end the lesson. Okay. Try to create. Okay, let's try to do well. Try to do well.
Oh my god!
I feel like the people in the back I need to move you to the front the next step. Really? I need to cover the front. Because there is not a single thing that you learn. Okay, good. Thank you, class.
Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.